to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here, but no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And, Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love says LeBron made it clear.
He sat us down maybe right before the first practice and kind of spoke about what he...
Let's take him back. When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You better serve to go right along with what he's talking about. Love the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter. As our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert, LeBron. Mozgov is out there with Jalen Clark. And it's Dellavedova in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And the Cavaliers call time here. Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
What, did they shoot it well from beyond the arc at home, Kevin? I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. It does help to have LeBron, doesn't it?
It does. That is a factor. The Cavaliers leading by 15. From past the arc. Shumpert, no good. The Bulls shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Here's Butler. The 10-footer finds the target. Butler's got 14.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
From deep, James, and that is good.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Bulls trail by 16. Rose. Mozgov grabs the board.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
Is about right. Because I still can't figure that one out.
No, I see no birds up there.
No.
And this sure that one's
Dellavedova really good at finding his teammates.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Rose. That's tipped. Shumpert against Rose, and he gets it to go.
Every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, That's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, LeBron James is long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Mozgov, and it's Kevin Love in for Channing Frye. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now around 27, 7 and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
And here we go. Fast break. Love's got it. And LeBron throws it down.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Now the pass to Shumpert from outside the arc. Shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Butler attacking, and he gets it to go. Butler's got 16.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the run.
A different look now for Cleveland. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Iman Shumpert. And Smith's subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Butler against Irving. Some solid defense from Butler. Bulls trail by 21. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's now 18 points for Jimmy Butler. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. On its way from Irving for 2. And another miss by Cleveland.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Butler. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Irving up top. Fires the 3. There's the bucket. Good. Irving's got 28 points for the game.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Rose, no good.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Irving misses.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Butler. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. 1-2.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
And what a game for Butler. 19 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Bulls trail by 21. Rose. No good on the quick three.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Wasted no time on that one. 30 points for Kyrie Irving.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And Gibson wide open. He shoots, and it's off from three-point range. The Cavaliers leading by 23. Irving for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Mirotic's shot is off.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And stolen by Love. And pushing it up is Cleveland. The Cavaliers again in transition. And for the Bulls, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 36 points for Kyrie Irving.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Fry's checked in. And again, Chicago. No good. Irving from long range. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Butler dishes to Gasol. Hits from the high post.
Gasol.
Just 4 seconds left in the first half. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Cavaliers on top, running away with it. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. Just amazing that he tallied 21 points by way of the three-pointer. Talk about feeling it. Time and time again, they fed him and he was happy to oblige. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
They relied way too heavily on three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off, but they still settled for the outside.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Excellent game we've seen from Kyrie Irving.
He's got 39 points. And talk about the three ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today. Boy, he is just dangerous out there.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Mirotic in at the 3.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow. But Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Shot from 12. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal
Greg,
foul.
for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls.
Tristan Thompson.
Continued to improve, effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
And the shot is good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one
Shooting
they want.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
So we can't get either to fall. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy. Not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Here's Gasol. They get the rebound, and Gibson to Mirotic. For the 3, LeBron with the block. And they're able to recover. Rose, no good.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that off. No, it's scary because he's just... It's been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at it. And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big, and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Iman Shumpert has come in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Dellavedova from outside. That ball. Assist by Love. Matthew Love's got 6 assists now in the game.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Chicago's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Gibson against Mozgov. The dish to Rose. It's taken away by Smith. Here's Shumpert. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Shumpert's got his third basket of the night right there.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses. And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience?
Derrick Rose.
We already know how good his range is.
Taj Gibson.
Shouldn't be firing from that deep.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Cleveland shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Shooting for Cleveland, Timofey Mozgov.
That's good for Mozgov.
Taking 2 shots.
Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
Jimmy Butler.
Channing Frye's checked in for Kevin Love.
Cavaliers timeout.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21, played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I'll tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. LeBron's checked in from Happy Dellavedova. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Shumpert. And here are the Cavaliers now. And on the way from Irving for three. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Irving's got 45 points.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
From the stripe, and the Bulls tack on two more.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Shoots it up. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Butler. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
The Bulls have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Offensive rebound. James with some nice D.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Here's Gasol. Misses off the left iron.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
Irving for three. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Butler, here we go, misses from short range. The Cavaliers shooting at 52% for the field. They're clicking. And Thompson throws it down.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Chicago has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. On its way from Rose for 2. And there's the call on James. That's his third foul of the game.
That was a textbook shot from Rose, and pretty to boot.
The Bulls have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Irving from long range. Chicago grabs the miss. Gibson's got 8 rebounds in this game. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided.
Welcome
back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Cleveland with the ball. Channing Frye out there with Jones. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Mo Williams. And it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the foul for Cleveland right now.
They are wreaking havoc on them with the three-point shot here.
The defense has no answer right now. Even when they've gotten a hand up, it has not seemed to matter.
Gasol. And Shannon Fry gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And stolen by Williams.
I don't think they've been as focused on taking care of the ball here in the second half. First half, they were better in that regard, so I don't think coach is pleased with that aspect of the game right here.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Rose passes to Gibson. Here's Gasol. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And it's going to go on Iman Shumpert. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long clock as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean, you rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And with Powell, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds. And a final point, guys, with Powell's career game, it's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. He has been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
On the floor for the Cavaliers. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Sade, I like that, Greg.
Three-pointer, Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists tonight. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Smith dishes to Johnson. He feeds it to Irving. Lets it go with the 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting in this game 45%. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Rose kicks to Gibson. Chance shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Cavaliers.
And that one misses.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Good on the second free throw. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season. Season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. McRae has come in for J.R. Smith. For Cleveland, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7.
Richard Jefferson.
And getting back to Kyrie, many felt the addition of LeBron would cut down on Kyrie's playmaking opportunities. But Kyrie was near his career average in assists last season. That even further indicates how seamlessly the two superstars were able to gel.
And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Irving.
Boy, another fast break bucket. I mean, that's their not-so-secret weapon.
It's as if the defense has been a step slow in transition all night. I mean, at some point, they have got to make the adjustment.
James tipped away. Gibson with the steal. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. No good from Gasol.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there. You know, talking about the effect LeBron had on Kyrie last year, they looked fantastic working together. But the stat sheet also bears that out. Kyrie hit over 40% of his threes for the first time in his career, and he posted the lowest turnover rate of his career, too.
Tristan Thompson.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark Sixth Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Thompson against Butler. Plays it up and banks it in. Butler's got 9 points here in the second half.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Butler's got 9 points in the quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Jimmy Butler.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Irving from long range. That drops. Irving's got 58.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Irving. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
The offensive rebound. The Bulls have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Back to Mirotic. Here's Gasol on target from 13 feet.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Passes to McRae. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
He misses the free throw. He's off on the second. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Williams for 3. The shot misses. Here is Rose. And it's Gibson finishing it off. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
And so it's Cleveland taking...
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Kyrie Irving. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
Kyrie, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such a...
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.
I'm subbed and active on your channel. Can you be active and sub on my channel? I subbed.